So just begin with cultivating the right motivations, which is to cultivating a thought, a genuine thought, to achieve complete enlightenment, in order to benefit all sentient being, and then it is it is for this reason then think that we are listening to this profound teaching, and and thinking of putting this into practice.
Now I thought you can't feel so much, such a kind, and didn't matter, lodge up, you didn't lodge any more tongue machine, and the wood leg and the some tattoo tie. Lot of them by Jim Lut never, yes, and the thought, Beba chat, Sipajan is up. That's what y'all like. So tired saw Gila, station the guy in Minnesota, the Shuba Majate started married.
So we understand that really the meaning of this is a joyful effort. Here is to is having or having a joy, a real joy, or taking delight in one's whatever one's the virtuous practice that one does. So therefore, even when we engage in meditation practice, so where of course it is the important that we place our mind on that object of the meditation, like a virtuous objects. But however, it is not sufficient, simply just just the retaining that object of the meditation. But at the same time, here we understand that there should be some along with that, in associating with that the practice, so that we should have this sense of real joy and a delight in doing the engaging this meditation practice. So now we continue from this line with this teaching on the Lam Rim, so which is the so likewise do not become discouraged even by being delayed in cyclic existence for an immeasurable length of time. No. No. Where we stopped last time? Just one verse about that.
You would it?
No. Sorry? 디 말하게 대외 교회 군세 봤어. 내 참지. 내 말. 괜히도 가봐라. 그래서 엄마 디 참디 내가 디 준주를 농수하게 대외 경에 군세 봐 장주쌤 그 다션서 좋아.
대만 러사
디찬나는 샤스게 아니
대만 러사 내셔.
대신도서.
대만 러사 된 같이他这什么人间这样热爽天气，
人间这样동해 봐라. 네 가상 껴 마서. 라.
人间这样的过，单的，他妈做啥？人间这样累。
라스. 동해 와서 뒤통수.
동해 와라 뒤통. 내가 예리 매치긴데 그래서 동해 매치 되어라. 타이 내주지. 진내시 대라 레지 동해 매 동해 갈아예스. 대는 이제 이제 괜히 있잖아. 예리는 살아서 저는 예리에 다다 예리 로드 된 맛이 지르지. 녀바 예대 되는 너라 따든 몇 돼.
So we should have finished that there's a quote from the Nagarjuna's precious garland states, when suffering even a short term is hard to bear, what need mention a time that is long? But when free of suffering and joyful, what harm you over even endless time? So bodhisattvas have no physical sufferings, so how could they have mental sufferings? So out of compassion they feel distress for the world, thus they remain for a long time. So do not be discouraged, thinking Buddhahood is far away. So always strive at these collections so as to eliminate faults and gain good qualities.
먼저 ਗਿਆ 되는 디바샤가 가지 쪼진도와 더파지 제버자니 갸샤가 가죠 이제산 문자 첨문로야 된다 쳐버린 거야 먼저 내가 말했지 들리시 손도나 야부야 그냥 먼저 디발 진주를 가지 쪼지고는 안 디바 뉴도와 갸 뉴르데 나서도 정도와 준데라 문데라 다 이제 내가 나온내나 다 먼저 깔 카오야 야 셔보고야 깔 카오겠네 디바사바 가이 쪼지 디바샤 가제 디바사 가이 쪼지 예예 되지 가이 쪼지 깔 카오래 더 먼저 때 되는 손도 안 야는 열어서 되는다 계속 내는 가도 가리 무사 손도 다손 대도 그러면 다 들려가는 야 첨보인 로고야로 치 제바 치 마셰가 치 셰비는 야 첨보인 로고 치 마셰 내가 디비님 시가 말에 갸 게페시가 말에 다 소소 안전 지지 뒤에 갸르나 패야래 갸데 데제 저런 내 아드레스 지라데 디바세다 야보야 말에 디빈 레벨 동아리 저런 동안 내가 말아 되는지 라지텐 다 저러 갸드 나 디바포센이다 로더네 때다 시사와 시사다 되는 양로고야 양로도 되다 라 갸서 주시 가스 트러쉬 가르는데 이 갸랑아 대안 된게 뭐지 the 제이스 라 디바션은 다 디방아도 셰션로 예바센 예세체 된지 야보 아 디바 야보 마스 너가 머데베 동아 땡게 코레스 셔가 가요 너 나를 디바사바 킹알 동아 땡 롱게 갸사바 티고 롤라틴 다땡 다선 계속 말하셔 되게 반전도 너나더니 야봉에네 야래 라 디, 엄마 편장 가서 제 말에 와 디바샹 안 제시시하고 말해. 당연히 가서 제 로지 제 디바시 쇼로 디반 예세신 디발 샤바시. 계속 라이바 게알레 가고 된 와고 가고네 공변도가 와셔봐 맞아봐도 계속 라이바 대지 다 손돈에 야부야래 다 대지 내가 제가 저 권는 되지 내가 메시간 내가 시는 고만 무슨 데 생겨가 먹고 생겨가 먹고 세래 생겨가 고만 무슨 생겨 고만 아니요 너무 말 그렇다 아니요 물론 계시야
Okay, so
절대 다 맞아야 되겠지 절대 좋다
no.
이게 제일 맞아야 다 정말 좋다 같이 대마다 니셔야 돼 어떨다 돼요 맞다
나 괜히 토고
그러고 말해 맞다 되지
이마만 거 송랑에 토마고
맞지신다
so the
니셔야 되는 누가 말든
라 야만데 만디다 토이고시 제도 것이
저거 제도 걸어 막고 됐다 돼
라
다시 지시
라
경고야 나 다 저처럼 경고셔야 돼 지시에 진도 당아 가져간 진짜 그래서 이 지시에 당아天人们제시해 경고했었네요 제 당에는 더 강행을 막 걸어서 그 사람 대시해요 이제만 가져가냐 다 때려야만 되시겠네 손으로 너만 놓으려면 랩하면 다 놓으셔야 할래요 마제자는 양에네 가져 전으로 다 전도 갈고 가지 생도 다도 손으로 배야 버려 마생에네 변장로 있습니다 단라치 얘네 경고 생각고 ever all wisdom very less ever negative mind more coming then what do we say release neediness good mind very fresh needs body very old good mind very fresh or negative delusion very less and beauty mind very fresh very higher they need that live all time what all this are old and good mind very old not much walking delusion is very fresh very higher very strong that's it Kalikon 그래서 경고 가르쳐지 녀모 경고 잘했어 뭐 녀모 경고 잘 말이야 단단한도 몇어 째나 녀모 경고 잘 녀모 경고 맞아 배지 이유도 그러냐 됐어요 얘네처럼 몇어 개체 뭐 싫어 얘네들은 다도 뭐 되는
so as I always emphasize that as we go through this, the text. So what is important is we could understand that what is there that we must, applying in our practice, and so therefore, we have to. We have to expect to see some sort of difference, in terms of as we study the Dharma, and we gain certain knowledge, and then difference from if we don't study or if we lack this knowledge of the Dharmas. So therefore, under this topic on this joyful effort, so which the emphasis is on really generating a very kind of positive thought and very strong interest and enthusiasms in a very kind of joyful and with a positive attitudes with regard to the practice, engaging in any virtuous practice. So therefore, in terms of our practice, so we have to understand here that what is really saying here is we need, if we look into our normal thoughts, and particularly in our normal interests, and where our enthusiasm is, where our joy is. When we look in that, then it is all mainly related to something, the opposite to Dharma, opposite to spiritual practice. So where there is no shortage of our interest, and as well as enthusiasm, and then really getting, we're taking a joy and delight in that. So therefore, from this point of view, what is the practice is to, now what it's saying here is we need to replace this kind of if you like, our kind of our priorities of our interests and our what we should be doing. So therefore, here where we have to direct our interest is to is actually nothing but just really something that we fundamentally we always seek in our life. That is to really to achieve the a true happiness. So which is the cause for that happiness, as we understand in this teaching. That is to cause is the creating the virtues, virtuous actions, and whereas the suffering, the unhappiness that which we experience, these are all the result of non-virtuous or of something negative actions. So therefore we have to it has to be very clear in our mind that how until or unless we change our basic where our priorities, where our interests and where our the enthusiasms goes. So unless we make change in that, then we cannot expect to see certain the change that we want to see. That is to see to see more happiness or reduce in the sufferings. So in this way, as we study the dharmas, we have to understand it has to occur to us that suppose if we accumulate or create any negative actions, something harmful actions, then it should occur to that. Now, what is there? We should feel that unless we, that action has the will result in sufferings, and so therefore, it should occur to us that I should do something about that which is to, in another word, to purifying that. So, and what is the purification practice? So, we can think of applying that. So similarly, how if we were to see more happiness, bring more happiness in our life, then we have to create more virtuous actions, and otherwise, there is no hope of finding more happiness, and so therefore, so in this way, when we should also think of or taking advantage of our knowledge of the Dharma in terms of how, when we talk about the virtue, increasing the virtue, then the one way of increasing the virtue is, as we already know, through always to remembering to take joy, greater joy in our the rejoicing in our virtues, and also dedicating our virtues. So these are the very important calls, and so therefore we should apply all this practice to increase or multiply our virtues into practice.
That's on that one. The day by that's on Coger, the day son of Coger, chilling other by showing lots of needs on that chill by showing you remedy. Chilling other kind of show a tell them. Then is that chill lotion. They cheese that ching or desert, the name good. Sure, Somba Zombo, Shanju says, Yell and Nesepon, Ponset. 소제 봉세 마질레 봉세 잡봉 덜로야부르다 디처럴 전다가로 마고바라 세셔마 디처럴 대아대그르다 델로 좀보레스 대견기와 야보스테레 다 소제세 마제바라 로에셰세 디보르다 디처럴 딩마대그레 생기와 뭐들다 소소지 더 야보스 체스 드니 난 유인 거로 와서 다 손들 또 그래 치세 소송이 따바라 치세 롱 생되니 요시 대 공제가 진짜 손들 다 되는데 말아 내가 도와줘야 될 랭도 된다 야 아손 대도
so the true dharma is something that which we able to relate to our own mind, our own way of thinking, and to our own day-to-day like our deeds. So it has to be something to our thoughts or to our deeds. So therefore, this is where when when we talk of practicing dharma, so we have to think of how to integrating, how to applying dharma so that it brings changes to our mental attitude, and as well as a change in our the way we conduct our actions. So such as we learn from dharma that in the teachings that how the non-virtuous actions such as killings and the stealings and the lyings and sexual misconducts and so forth. So all these are, we learn that these are really the cause of sufferings, suffering in our life, in this or in futures. So therefore, on the other hand, if we eliminating all these negative actions, so these are the cause for happiness. So therefore, if we have to, what does that in terms of the practice? So we have to think, since we all seek happiness, and so therefore we need to apply these teachings with the full, not simply understanding, but full conviction, faith in that this engaging or applying all these virtuous actions of no killing and no stealing and so forth. So these are, if we engage in those actions, then this brings happiness. We have the full conviction that this will definitely bring more happiness in this life, and definitely this can also secure happiness for one in future life.
다 소자 손님 타이바 내서 글라스 손님다 타이 조글라스 손님 조글라고 엄마 타신 거래라 손님이 소자 세는 소처럼 되니까 조바스 되니까 엄마 타시가 이거 거래 라 세너지 엄마 타시비 되는 조거든요 거래 되네 이시진 소 엄마 타시비 치근요 거라 조거 치근이면 제가 말이다 대디 제니 대 토자 사태들 지거들로 거니래 되게 제자란 손이 되래 세너지 소대 소소도 조건들이 라진 조가래 이신 소건도 치근도 가래 근데다 알아서다 소자 손이 타이 조기라서라 손이도 타이바 조거를 내가를 저지고 대종이고 말이죠. 조요가 뭐시데 내가를 저요고 말 차소 거래 되더라. 세너지 소이나 차송하지 거래. 예시 소이나 차송하지 거래. 그래서 자 조바다 공바차가 거래. 대셔도 까이 문에서는 슈퍼마켓 다서 가산데 되는 저를 슈퍼마켓이요 말이에요. 가이드는 거 다서 대지 마셔 대지.
So then the text continues with if I read, also since the completion of endless collection is not since the completion of endless collection is not difficult, so do not discourage yourself with thought. It's difficult, would it?
No, it's the next sentence.
Sorry? To become a with the thought, to become a Buddha requires completing limitless collections of merit and sublime wisdoms. So essentially, here we are talking about how to to overcome or prevent discouragement in our practice. So the text talks about the various causes of such discouragement to arise, and then how to overcome this. So as it says here, so one of the causes of discouragement could be when we think about about achieving the state of enlightenment. So as it said here, it is in order to achieve enlightenment. So we have to complete the two accumulations, which is the accumulation of the merit and the wisdoms. So the accumulation of merit is the primary cause to achieve the form body, the form or the physical body of the Buddha, and whereas accumulation wisdom is primary cause for achieving the truth body or the Dhammakayas, and then when it says here, when we understand the full meaning of what does this mean by the completion of this of the endless collections, then it talks about even to fully complete the accumulation of merit. So we are not talking about kind of single merit, not a partial merit is not enough to enough cause to achieve the state of Buddhahood, but rather we have to be the accumulate the full accumulation and to the perfections of the completion or the accumulation of the merit. So partial is not enough. So as what it says, as we think of this, then as we understand this requirement of such an enormous the accumulation of merit or the wisdom in order to achieve enlightenment. So there is the possible for one to then to feel discouraged. Yes.
Toban debi gani long test, golo chaba chegre. Gani long test, dangin shung say yaga. Golo long ne, the pada meba, nebala, minis, ra, so tayeba, dreba, shago, nyoni, then dombazuni. Judo zio, that shung say. I send you the line, but when it's in it, golo chaba chetini check, and che the chava, send a type and then do. 토자 전에 소재 예전 타입 타입이 대화 전문들은 되게 체대 자와 생체 타입 체와 토자 전 라나메 바전에 올 예전 타입 바죠 현 타입 세된 게 되게 될다 토반데 비가 다 걸로래 뒤건로 든 토반데 뒤걸로래서 제가 건로 대서 얘는 매매 신주 세거나서 근데 가는 내고 알아 다 로네 대파도 매봐 내봐라 미니다 손 타에 봐서고 다들 저봐서고 년에 다 너무 로자래 그런 유도롱하다 유도는 되니까 도자세는 되니 너무 로하래서 다 로네 다 되니 너무 많이 봐야나 되니까 니로 말로 동 세예다 예 매예 통체 세노 노 제나 소노 노카도냐 도바 야바 데서듯이 따다지 소아빈 손타예바 조발라 마가위 셔데 다세다 다 소타예바 조군도 강도세나 다 ngene 다 체지야 산체 손제데 토자라면 손주 라자 소제제 공부 나 되네 된 타입의 거는서 손인 타입 로신 동반주야 대 동반 마녀바에 신세 다니 로나노 니 그저로 로저로 세제디 예저로 마예저로 다 현주데 현주래 오데 소거로 롱롱롱 소조로 말했어 손 된서도 가면 됐어 얘네래 현주 세시에 동반로는 얘네 다 너무 마녀바에 늘이 다네 저하고 개견이 넣어서 되네요 되네 다손 된도 다 슈바시행문데 와 그라 토타에 봐서 안 슈바시 소 샤가마 체드샤 센제레 토자데레 아네 틴타에 베데네네 걸로 채와제고 그마 제인 거네 너무 좋아했어라 동바스는 너무 많이냐 받는 이 로지로 말로 저 세제디에 저래 마도 손이 라치고 그래 그래서 선생님다 소사바 가면 돼 단들 현실 배우잖아요 현실 배임바데 그래 현실에 동에는 저는 봐 다시 보세요 뒤에 다 배래 손이 사이바 줘봐 뭐가 있었대 다 대신 주들 되니네 그러지 제가
There's the text continue. So this is so difficult that I could not possibly do it. So this, which shows the cause to generate discouragement, and then continue as a way to overcome that. It says first, motivate yourself with the desire to attain the goal of limitless Buddha qualities for the welfare of the limitless beings. So you intend to help. So next, focus on remaining in cyclic existence for a measureless period of time and take the Bodhisattva's vow, thinking I shall accomplish limitless collections. So this line indicates the way one generate the spirit of enlightenment, and also the take the vow, like a bodhisattva's vow, and then to as it said in that the process of generating this like a aspirational bodhicitta, or even this here specifically taking like a bodhisattva's vow. So wherein your mind is aimed at benefiting like a limitless number of sentient beings, and so in order to benefit them, so also the goal that you are aiming is to achieve that, as it says here, the goal of limitless Buddha's qualities, limitless Buddha qualities, and then in terms of now fulfilling these goals. So what you intend to do is to to accumulate the immeasurable the merit, and that also with the intention to even if it takes for the period of like a infinite or like a limitless period of time. So what it says with this kind of when we generate this kind of spirit of enlightenment or this aspiration bodhicitta, and then with that based on that the aspiration bodhicitta mind, then you take the such vow, bodhisattva's vow. Then as the text continue here, then I shall accomplish the, then as says here, then as long as you keep the vow, so whether your mind is distracted by other things or not, asleep or awake, you will constantly accumulate merit as vast as space. So that shows that how, there is no need for one to feel discouraged, since for if you cultivate such this spirit of enlightenment in such a manner and take the bodhisattva vow in as is mentioned there, mentioned here, then how in fact then whether you as he say here, whether your mind is distracted or not, or whether you are asleep or not, but there's you're constantly, and you are accumulating merit. Your merit is increasing. So this shows, thinking on this, then it can be cause for ones to be then to overcome the discouragements, loss.
다들 지체 대니 리스 다 더가로 쇼노 가는 농가도 사도 저도 매도 레지 제가 다들 만든 놈에 된 뭐가 저다 농가지 영화 시제지면 생제 노라 대저대 현주 선바지더니 아니 제위 제는 네 대니 빠지러 영화지는 달리체 좋아지 다다 제발 좋아하면 그래 다들 만든 거거든. 아침에 잠은 거 아침에 저거를 해야 되는데 다 가르쳐나 쇼노 거다 농가도 사도 저도 매도 른데 노지고 다 이발에 제단 타이에 봐 대저도 대진 타이에 대지 용화제 생체요 타이에 타이인데 봐대 되네 생체 타이 대단나 현주 선바 니제제 같은 용화 대단히 다와 예대 되네 야니 예발하는 수제의 공부하는 게 봐. 제 대다지 땜바 내봐 너는 나는 간사나 매냐요 냐요 르스데리다네 고다 롱안네 주데스데 밤에 인제죠 생전노스 타이르데 세노 제제 점체스 타이르와 좀 타이엄 마게 감마샤시 고시 매만 제자리 여기 생전제로 나 제자미네 대거시 봐 준셔봐 빠데 매봐 너제이 손이 림보지 뭐도 봐지 제자 번나 토제 뭐도 토번 제비시스 다데 내 자리에 대시에 대친데 다 진행 방으로서
So then the next, there's a quote from the Precious Garland, so which the meaning of which was already covered in that that the above sections. So we will just read the here. So the Precious Garland states. So just as in all directions, space, earth, water, fire, and wind are limitless, so we assert suffering beings are without limit. So just indicating how the number of sentient beings are as infinite or as limitless, like the space, earth, water, fire, and wind, so forth. And then with compassion, the bodhisattvas extricate these limitless beings from suffering and then determine to set them in Buddhahood. So those remaining steadfast in this way properly make this commitment, and then whether asleep or awake, and even when careless, they constantly accumulate merit as limitless, as living beings, for beings are without limit. So how also indicates how the merit, accumulation of merit becomes limitless as there you are the purpose for which that you are accumulating merit, which is for the limitless being. So just as the limit, it is directed to a limitless being. So the merit also, increase limitlessly. So for beings without limits. So because of the limitlessness of this, know that limitless Buddhahood is not hard to gain. So those who remain for an immeasurable time, so seek immeasurable enlightenment for the sake of immeasurable beings and accomplish immeasurable virtues. So hence, though enlightenment is measureless, how could they fail to attain it before long through a combination of these four immeasurable ways? So, and then the text continue. So it is most wonderful to think, if only I could attain Buddhahood in a brief time for the sake of living beings, because you are moved by the very intense power of your love, compassion, and spirit of enlightenment. So in this sentence, so it's really praising, or it is saying that it's really wonderful if someone, someone who after having cultivated a strong force of like a feeling of love and compassion and bodhicitta towards all sentient beings, and then the out of the influence by this intensity of this love and compassion for them, all the sentient being, and then to then to think that that how if then to have this some sort of urge, if you generate out of such an urge to achieve enlightenment as quick as possible, in a shortest period of time. So this is where it's saying, then it's the most wonderful, and so in a way, this could be those bodhisattvas who who engage or who enter into like a tantric path. So so in those even for those bodhisattvas, so it's not like they right from the beginning, they just engage into tantric practice. So instead, before they engage in tantric practice, so they cultivate and fully develop the love, compassion, bodhicittas, and all that, and then it is when it is out of this intense or the strong force of their love and compassion towards all beings that they actually then follows this like a quick path to enlightenment, to so whereas now and then the text continues here. So however, so when you are not within the sphere of these motivations, and you see the necessity of a very long training in endless deeds, and that much hard work is required, you might think, if this is the case, who could possibly do it? So if you should then claim that you are seeking a quick path, so you directly damage the engaged spirit of enlightenment, and indirectly damage the aspirational spirit of enlightenment. So it clearly makes a difference, whereas you chose this quick path because you see to follow this the sutra path, or to path where you have to accumulate such a enormous of merit, and also that too over such a long period of time, and seeing all that as something very hard and very difficult, and then on the basis of that, then on basis of that, then you think that maybe I should follow the path, quick path. Then what is as it's saying here, then it is really, instead of you going to the quick path, but in fact you are directly damaging directly like a harming, or damaging your engaging the bodhicitta, and indirectly to the aspirational bodhicitta mind loss. And also, as text continue, your capacity for the Mahayana lineage steadily weakens, and your enlightenment fades into the remote distant, for you have utterly contradicted what the Nagarjuna and Asangas determined to be conquerors on. No.
then no, the Lona, you don't ask, and they teaching that later. 당연히 새 쉬니 가까이 쉬는 안에 편만 돼 와서 쉬는 제대 가네 새 쉬는 편만 돼 있어 내가 근데 이제 쉬는 뭐 편라 돼 왔는데 대단하 쉬는 대변나 제여제다 몇 배시 새 쉬는 대도 잘天이요 말로 최선게 새 쉬는 데 가요 내가 가요 치매가 이때에는 새 쉬는 데는 가면 돼 와. 편하던 아주 쉬는 데는 정도 쉬지. 제가 마법 쉬는 데는 평등은 절대다. 나는 치대봐 새 쉬는 평면 쉬어 내는데 시대가 많이 와버려. 새 쉬는 마편 다 가르쳐 새야 제대 그러려고 새라 가이 제대 새야 때 새제한테 가려 그래서 대는 쉬는 배우가 새야 제대 내가 로 봐야 될래 근데 나도 저래서 못 거대다 이다 표시 뭐배봐 쉬바되는 제슈드니 저이는 새 쉬어야 쉬는 정도 로들 강강 제면면 되지래 새마 쉬니 이가 건지야마 제슈 생각 건지야마 지대쇼는 다 용은 쉬나는 다 하고서 대중한테 로제 아버다 대다 쉬는 대비는 지라용 뭐배시 제주든 로이 현주되면 타노 레바 시바 신이 로제테나 대노 더바드 라나야 바든 라스 세제테나 서서 건대바드 라야 바든 라이제 단데 대대 셰라치 디마더로 디친레요 다도 디친레 다도야.
So then continue. So thus, since becoming discouraged and remaining, so brings no benefit at all and only leads to further discouragements. So, so understand well the method for achieving enlightenment and uplift your mind. So in this line, so the text shows the text actually asks us, is there any the benefit, any advantage there for one to be to feel discouraged? So whether of course there is no benefit, whether feeling discouraged in whatever one is perceiving, whether that's something a spiritual goal or something like a worldly or mundane goals. So this is something if we have to ask if what benefit is there, what advantage is there. So in fact, instead of advantage, if we feel discouraged and don't if you do not overcome that, then it can lead to further discouragement, and then it eventually it makes us impossible for us to even very extremely difficult to even to come out of that. So therefore it is saying that we recognizing realizing that the discouragement can be really a great obstacles for one to make success in whatever, whether it is to do whether you are perceiving a spiritual goal or a worldly goal. So it is a great obstacle. So therefore, one should think of overcoming that discouragement, and which is to think of something like to reflect upon something which will help one to uplifting one's mind. So as you understand well the method for achieving, as we're saying, then to lead to further discouragement, and understand well the method for achieving enlightenment and uplift your mind. So when you do this, the completion of your aim is as if in your hand. So rather than being feeling hopeless and discouraged, so if one direct one's mind to what we can do to achieve the goal, and then in this way, as one begin to see all the the how you can achieve the goal, completely, then it's almost like you feel like you can understand, you can see as if that your goal, the end result is as if like is already in your hand, and so in this way, which help one to uplift one's mind. Then there is a quote.
psychology rather guy like Tawanjar. Then Jishi Magam Mashepa, keep it there. Jetan keep it there, Jeta Shai, the Taja, give a duck, keep his zedget, then be Zetana, then not on your lot, the Balana, yes, I'm not going to see the justice, that the pen number 2 good.
So the garland of birth stories says, so discouragement does not help to free you from misfortunes. So rather than torment yourself in sorrow, so develop stable proficiency in the required goals. Then even the very difficult becomes easy, bringing liberations. So achieve what must be done by the indicated method. So without making yourself fearful and unhappy, support yourself with stability that has the brilliance of proficiency, then the achievement of all aims is in your hand.
Mashiva Teli Tania, young with the film. Mashiva Tel Tala, film, Shiba, the young with the Tennis. Is that the Kawaii and the Jajo and the Ramachi? She made them, I met, and then never tell Tan, ever the young with the Haro. Jachala Cardina, it should be Pombi Tala, Mapet, Dung and a Chalasondo, should be when Pombi Tala, Mapetches. Tawala am fetches, they young at Duma Mashepas. Say my shuni, young at Duma Shagamas, young head. Young Shagamares. Give it head Debal and keep us on a day of horses. How can you? So the Geshe give it dead Debala, keep all a church there. Rather guy lies in time just said God then light in it, that time you rest. What their time should then cock I felt matters. Then Jite, then in Jishi Maga Mashepa, and then Jig Gomadu, Maga Shegomadus, Jemagu, then Cheta Shai, Taja, and then give a da. Keep his Zetan beaches, Zetan, not 10 lot of in it. Then on the children get some more done. The lodge have a painting and the lodges on a shoot, then it got kind of Pelmuda. Launcher Abura says, shoot, then Launcher Rabal Pelduay. Pelmuda. Says, shoot, then Launcher Ram says, shoot, then Launcher Yomuda. Tell me. Is that? Some tend to say, she didn't want to get how to do just she was relation. She got and says, she didn't dead and I mess and money dead. The children do not see the Mazuna airport and hang on my same hotel at Chelsea. Then I learned the parent that she drove the young then the chin up of garden, got a cheap corridor to go road and drove nothing. Yes. She be poor. Tala Mapetches. They young at you, much ever give it and kill it. There she now, the part down. I wonder what that's on death we are.
So this passage from the garland of birth stories. It is very effective and advice, and also very inspirational, and which I would even encourage you to to memorize these words in one's mind, because it can so you can it help one to by memorizing, then it help one to remember these meanings, this advice very easily. So as when it says here how discouragement does not help to free you from misfortunes, so it is something that we have to say this to ourselves. How when we sometimes we feel that feel discouraged because to be not being able to achieve what you want to achieve, have things that you want to have, whether that be something like a knowledge, or be something that or something objects, or to be even some certificates, whatever it is. So we sometimes we there is a desire to accomplish there, but for whatever the reason, we feel ourselves very discouraged, and that as if we will not able to achieve that, and then so as he says, that's what he's saying. Discouragement doesn't help to free you from misfortune or from your despair. Won't help you to come out of that despair. So rather than, as he said, rather than torment yourself in sorrow. So that is if you simply put yourself under that, under the discouragements, then as it says, simply sitting there. So what if you are discouraged because you don't understand certain things, but simply sitting there, remaining in the discouragement, so it's not going to, the knowledge is not going to arise. Nor remaining in discouraged that that you are not able to have that things, certain objects, then that's not going to, that discouragement in that is not going to, that object is not going to appear in you. And so therefore, so rather than torment yourself in sorrow, so it says here, develop stable proficiency in the required goals. So rather than that, as we just said before, to focusing on all the gained knowledges and all the about how to direct one's attention towards to how to achieving that. Like the educating or knowing oneself about how to achieve the what one wants to achieve. So in this way, as is, then even the very difficult become easy, bringing liberations. So then the next verse. So achieve what must be done by the indicated method, so without making yourself fearful and unhappy, so support yourself with stability that has the brilliance of proficiencies, then the achievement of all aims is in your hand. So by directing, rather than simply overwhelmed by us by this discouragement, sense of discouragement, but if we direct our mind to how to achieve what we can do to achieve that, and as the knowledge of how to achieve increase, then as it says here, then the discouragement will be able to get rid of this discouragement, and then this sense of the of then some sort of positive thought of that, to be able to ability to achieving the goal will arise. Then that is like as if that the goal is in one's own hand. Ross.
yete ngenge toji chushi ma sheba nido demba shi giba yong simba la ta pawaton tendisyong desu 가르는 자체미가 전에 론선은 내가 신이 자녀를 맞춰 주세요. 주반에 봐도 예대인은 냥에 저시 좀 멋이 봐. 얘도 대마시 그래서 완전 이제 템치 가로 있는 소요. 고야 저거 할때 테니송된 내중에는 빼야 본대요. 하여튼 만드는 게 같아요.
So we do note in this Lama Tsongkhapa's great exposition of the stages of the path, where really Tsongkhapa's is depending, relying on or drawing the source from some of the scriptures, texts written by some great and very well-known masters. So which is something very the unique, the qualities of the text. And then as it continues, nearly recite in Tibetan, Arya Asanga says repeatedly that you have both to know well the methods of training in extensive practice without being discouraged, and to not be satisfied with only minimum qualities. So the as it says here, so we have to gain, as we the kind of direct our attention to our interest in learning some great scriptures, some scriptures, and then as we gain more knowledge, develop more knowledge, then it should not the gaining more knowledge should not be a cause to feel discouraged. So, and also not be it should not be a cause to as we gain certain knowledge to be to feel like satisfied with a certain part of the like a partial understanding of the certain text, which quite often when which happen to us, as soon as we feel with we think that we have gained, we have learned some things, some knowledge, then we there's a sense of some sort of even a pride arise that that we have finished that, and as if there's a sense that some sort of contentment in as if that is all is necessary or required for one to know.
다다나 예때다 노래래 예때제도 천니바 이종 쇼지 조시现在有 론제전은 사천보지 제도 녀시 대다제도 공비가 초반잘라 백년 로자페라죠 론전내라 기바시기 르르게 짠니 때니 대용제도 예때 지이메 예저 대토냐 가용 마셔노시 다때때 대 거짓이 슈나영 셔다지네라 셔다 슈니 로 노이 예때 쇼레 조시 줘봐요. 래 줘봐요. 먼저 봐. 고민 쳐봐 제시 동지도 로잔타에 봐라. 로게종 주바매 봐. 셔다 깨만 놓으세요. 일단 얘기는 다. 내 로장에는 기뻐 세운다 사진이 되는. 주바매 봐. 셔다 깨만 놓으세요. 대갈란다. 되니 고안한들이 레용한테 되니 다 열려서 가면 될 수가 없다. 다대만 되는
So, and then they continue. So at present, you think I have reached a high level of the path. So when you have produced a single approximation of a good quality, so even if it is an actual good quality, it is only one aspect of the path. So you are content to meditate solely on it. But then those knowledgeable in the key points of the path explains from within the guidelines of the scripture and reasoning that it is indeed a fraction of virtue. But with just that alone, you have not reached anywhere. So when you understand that they have said, you become extremely discouraged. Thus, those who do not remain satisfied with just one portion of virtues, who seek higher distinction and who are not discouraged even with the necessity to learn limitless training, are extremely rare. So so what is said here, where it says that how in fact it is extremely, it is very rare that when people don't get discouraged. So when it says here, it really point, if we relate these to our practice, then we can, as Lama Tsongkhapa said here, then we can truly understand that, because when we take the account into our own practice, then we might see that how the reason why that we are so satisfied with, somehow we feel that we are doing well, is all because of our not only our knowledge and is very limited, but also in that limited knowledge we are satisfied with that. We do not see anything beyond that, or not doing anything beyond that. So therefore, what is indicating here is however, when we go outside of what we know and what we can do, when we go outside there, then it says we will get discouraged, and that's what it's saying. What is in terms of the someone who truly follow the path, then what is the instruction giving here is very real. It's all very real thing, and therefore the true practitioner will find it really very effective, very beneficial in terms of the making progress. And then now the next topic, gathering the forces of the favorable conditions. So this section has 4 parts: developing the power of aspiration, developing the power of steadfastness, developing the power of joy, the power of relinquishment. Okay. So the first, developing the power of aspiration. So as it is said that yearning act as the, so in here in the Tibetan text is that first power is used as a merpa, so which is called as here yearning, act as the basis for joyous perseverance, So aspiration here refers to yearning. So therefore, in here, the merpa or the yearning is really equal to aspirations.
Chila meba, chila mido tawa is, Homba Dendra, Joe and Jerus, and Dendra, Joe and Jerus. Sishi Chila, Mebatan, Gay Shuchi, Tonjeji, Mebat to be Zasus, Za to be. Za Miba Trisus, said the body. That card is the Dana near the Tatayons. Chilachina, Miba the Chow is the tongue on the chimpo and the Nichi and the Nagan the Nichi arrest. It's not young in it. Pumpkin was the fashion, we say, it's not young in it. Pumba and then Joe and Jerus. Sushi, Chila, Mibaton. Geshe Doga card Geshe shown Tonjejen Sade Mibaya Twaso Jones. Gay Sadra, Tevare, Mibare is a Denis, as she Mibashi Gagins and the Tanda Chila Tenya Mabekir, Tenya Jaiting, what the fashion of machine tell it, the machine says, Sumata Rosta. Mibat the Jensen, that she gave it that.
So then it says the need to generate it is stated. So this is a need to generate the aspirations. So it's stated in engaging in the Bodhisattva's deeds. My present destitution has arisen from my not aspiring for the teachings. So both now and in the past. So who would forsake aspiration for the teachings? The sage decline aspiration, the root of all aspect of virtues. So the and then continues, it then states how to develop aspirations. Its root, in turn, is constant meditation on karma's fruitional effects.
Lelin Devon Jun Deva yet the home of one Jun so gone by shed. The goal is in it, Ram Mebata and the body leg, some Teta Taliba. Leather, Cabilela, yet the one there, Napilela, yet the movie, Dumate, yet the one the other, yet the movie, Dumate. The legal thing, Junsa Yaposona, then Chila Mipasanaman, Chila the body leg. That I shame. Time. It nothing. Getting on the son, let them bundle son to the kitchen, which writing in a residue. Then Mogu the legend, the Hajo, the Sawa Sapochi, she's done for Saposa red, and Hawaiian the men, Moin has resident in some test of what you are telling is and Noger. Kanaga legend, ever here, home, Mogu, and Jews, gone by like shit. The apples are gone at the bus and leg, but that's saying that she like me pop the bad leg is testing the other.
And then as it's continued, this means that the way to develop aspiration is to meditate on how pleasant and unpleasant effects arise from virtue and non-virtuous karma, respectively. So, in fact, this is exactly what I brought up just early on in this talk about this, in terms of our practice. What is really required, most importantly required, is to have this our aspirations, or to the in the practice of the karma, in terms of what to in terms of the actions, what to adopt and what to avoid. So this is where now here, when the text talks about how the aspirations as a really the source, as the root of cause for all the virtues, to develop the virtues, and so it's so about that. Then the as a way to cultivate the aspiration, then the topic that it brings, the subject matter of this, the knowing the result of the positive and the negative karma, or the actions, and so therefore it are talking about the aspirations to generating the aspirations to adopt the virtuous, positive actions, and to abandon the non the virtues or negative actions. Yes.
이제는 점먹여가지고 레버 등화죠. 이치 코로니 되겠다. 볼로니 들래. 근데 내가 배아부 놓아서 또 이제 뽕아도 놓아진 대비 니셰비 셔를 다 셔도 대니 셰비 대 로도 있네 대셰가 된래 용도스 뽕아 되는 것이 로아 되는 것이 왜잖아. 대반이라 된 대용말에서 대이산 다 셰비 셔를 대요 랜데 다셔도 내는 셔도 쳐봐도 쇼세제 셔봐 논제 폐도 대달이 지는 데비지 님이 저도 전제 선바이 예대 까지 시서 사대 대다 제바 체체래 매바디 저도 고시마를 되고 고시바나 로제냐 아니바 저지 다 알수 소모 됐다 안내만 전 통통 대반이들 대반이 이제 전에 뽕아도 또 로아니들 다 대체로 되지 그래 로자 가리 다 대화지 신도 신년에로 다 하고도 이제는 다 렌데 대화된 같은 렌데 녀래 용어 이지만 용어 뭐야 자주 뭐셔라 저가 먼저 대야 점에 제야 제면은 아주 실로도 생문도 제제스 같은 뜻이 시바에 사배냐 되는 강계는 거야 내가 가는 저런 거거든 너 되리 저가에 제가 상하시켜서 소소소 딜레디 제가 되면 다 견주셔 맞아로래 요아 동아도 점해봐 동아요 내가 점해봐 내가 용거야 말이야 다 짜고 대저 가래 능이저 가리 짜잖아 다 너와도 짱아시 칼랭게 다 서서 내가는 일 뒤바대 시요 말이야 서서지 내한테는 개와더나 서 내가 요제야 봐 먹여하시나 내가 동아야 봐 신이 다 개알한지 Magiapa, Tenu. Then Kaya, that can't you see my said, Toya, that's to you. They can't you share it, the touch is certain, to Kaita, get a chugama, or can't you share it? That can't the chase, she does on a carrier, that can't you call a chase and Kaja Tizon or not. Can't you know I don't know the yes.
So, and then the text continue. This is because it is taught that faith acts as the basis for yearning, so that the faith of conviction in the two types of karma and their effects will generate two kinds of desire to eliminate non-virtuous karma and to adopt virtuous karmas. So this here this talks about in order to generate aspirations. So we need to generate we need to cultivate a faith. So which here is says more faith is more like a conviction faith, and then talks about two types of conviction faith. So which in really relating to the cause and effect of good and bad karmas. So the how the good karmas results in happiness, and the bad karma results in sufferings, and so therefore what is saying here is, so therefore is the necessity of cultivating this conviction faith in this the infallibility of this the causal link between these two karmas, the good and bad karmas between these two. So the fact that we are very behind with our practice, or we lack interest in the practice, so it's clearly because of our lack of this faith, this conviction faith in this the functioning of this karma of good and bad karmas. So essentially, so therefore we have to, in order to generate such conviction faith, so we have to ask ourselves whether the things and event that happens, is there a cause for those things or not? So of course, so there's everything happens because of the causes, and even like, for example, when in order to reap a good harvest, the farmers initially have to sow a seed, because they know that you need to create the causes, know that the harvests depend on the cause. So therefore, when we talk about the thing, the happiness that we seek, and there's the suffering that we want to avoid, so that's also to achieving happiness and to getting rid of suffering. So it also depends on the causes. So in this way, as a way to cultivate such faith, conviction faith in karma, so we have to ask this question: what is the cause? And so if that's the case, if there's a cause for everything, so what is the cause for the happiness? Really, then as we go in more detail, really drill down all the cause, then from the point of view of the Buddhist teaching, then it goes to the each individual's the karma that they have created, and that's how then this whole the idea of these past and the future lives all comes into place. So whereas, however, those who then don't accept such a this idea of the karma, but of course there has to be something, and then some other school, then they say everything is created by God, and so they didn't want to go any further. That is is an absolute. So it's all decided. All already everything. It's a creations of the God, and God's creation is absolute. No.
God did that.
No.
No question, no, that's God. No can question, very easy, that's God. Yeah. Suffering coming, happy, that's God, then very good. That's God did, no, any energy, no lose. That's God did, then they are happy or unhappy. That's did God did. You know, we live God, no problem here. You know, normally God did it. They are suffering, who did they? No, then God forget. Yeah, God not forget. I think very good. You know, just did God. Good, bad, just did God. You believe that. That's God. No thing is, that's did God. Good belief, good thing. That has been signal. What did why? Then God forget. God not forget. I say God believe good. Karma believe here very good. Similar karma believe. Your suffering come. That's from bad karma. I not do bad karma. Or the happy karma, that's from good karma. I do good karma. I like happy. I do. Yeah, very good. That's a good thing. And they should survive that. Cheva survive, she survive that day. She chung that's what. And no matter that, then there's the matter. Drama in me. And then, our ratio. Yeah, that's Friday. English tasted this starting English here. That teaches me on that prayer. That's no there then.
So we finish the text here at so when it says furthermore you consider karma and its effect in general, and this the presentation on the karma and its effect in the specific and general. So this is all included in the the middling, the lower and the middling stages of the path, and then and in particular the causality underlying the benefits of the bodhisattva's deeds and the faults of violating them. So understand these from the relevant section of this text. So we leave here and we do the 21 Tara prayers. Yeah.
So we'll do the